Good morning. It is day 145 on the Pacific Crest Trail. And, don't fall over, going over this nice little stream. And we slept very well last night. There was lovely white noise. It was surprisingly warm, actually. I thought with all the running water it would get quite cold. But no, nice and warm. Probably the best sleep I've had in the last few days. There were no announcers. We were in bed by like 10, even though we got in a little bit later than usual. It was lovely. And then in the morning, turns out this is probably one of the worst places to try and poop, just because there's so many people around. It's a big tourist attraction and lots of non-PCT hikers around. So all three of us went on a little mini adventure to find someone this morning. I was definitely in view of a few people, but it's all good. We did it. We got through it. And now we're heading off to do another alternate. I'll see you in a bit.
Hello again. Today had all kinds of things going on. To begin with, you may have noticed that I have a different hat on today, and it's the hat that I kind of won or caught, and it was thrown into the crowd at Trail Days, and I've been waiting to wear it because my head got burnt the day before, and so my head's been quite itchy recently, so I was just waiting for it to calm down, because normally hats are quite itchy for my head. But long story short, I'm wearing it in today, and I'm not against it. My previous hat, or current hat I guess, is it's just it's starting to get really floppy. Like it's made to be really like compact and like fold awayable, but it's losing its kind of structure. So it's nice to have something that's a bit more solid on my head. But anyway, on to the day. It started off with a beautiful kind of rainforest vibe, lots of just leafy greens, and there was a whole bunch of shade today, which I was really grateful for actually, because there's a heat wave going on at the moment, and we didn't really notice it for the first part of the day, for most of it, even when we had quite a steep up to begin with. It was about 1,500 feet up within about 2.3 miles, and then there's about 4,500 up across the day, so very much like non-Oregon levels, like kind of NorCal standard for about 26 miles. We also gave Bucket a makeover when we got to the top of the climb. So Birdsong found kind of some cords just like on the trail, and we thought it would make a lovely scarf for Bucket, and then we were all being glittered up after having put our sun cream on, and we thought we'd include Bucket as well, so very much part of the family. And then on the way down from the climb, there were loads of berries, and there were just berries galore for the entire day. It's been wonderful, this stretch of Oregon, and apparently it continues into Washington as well. Like we had a whole bunch of huckleberries and thimbleberries, and we even discovered a new berry, the salmonberry, which is kind of like a blackberry, but it's orangey yellow. It's not amazing, it's quite sour, but it was fun to find a new berry and find out they were edible, and try out a few of them just to kind of get a sense for which were the good ones, even if they weren't amazing. Currently, thimbleberries win for taste, but they're quite scarce and they're really difficult to get, whereas huckleberries are not as good in terms of taste, but in terms of volume, there's so many of them, it's easy to just pig out on them. So I think they're winning at the moment, but having a good time regardless. Sadly, about halfway through the day, I did start to have a little bit of a stress about how fast and far we were going over the next few days, because we only brought enough food for 5 days from Timberline, but because we had a shorter day yesterday, we kind of need to add a half day or do big miles to begin with in Washington. But I spoke to the others about it at lunch, and no more stress. We're just going to do a quick in and out in Cascade Locks, get like another half a day's food or something, maybe charge up our stuff for a little bit, and then try and do maybe 5-10 more miles into Washington, which is crazy. We're going to be in Washington tomorrow. That is wild. Like 3 weeks worth of hiking, and we're going to be in Washington. I will probably talk more about that tomorrow when it actually happens, but for now it still doesn't really feel real. And then after kind of lunch, I realised still had about 13 miles left to go after about 2 p.m, I think, or maybe 20 past 2. So I just kind of pushed to get to camp, because I wanted to get there by 7:30 so that I could eat dinner and set up everything before it starts getting dark, because it is starting to get dark earlier again, which is sad. I've very much enjoyed the late summer nights, but yes, the stars are coming for us. So I managed to get there by 7:30. All good. Not many spaces at the camp that we've got, so we are cowboying, which should be fun. It's quite warm because of the whole heat wave thing. So even though we're next to a river, which you can probably hear in the background, I think we should be fine, like we were last night. With the push, there was a climb. There's an alternate that I was talking about before that we've done to get to where we're camped, and it was quite intense. Like the first 2 miles, I think, had like 1,800 feet of like down. So I do feel bad for any southbound hikers coming up that way, because it was intense to go down, very painful on the knees, and I'm sure they're going to struggle to get up. But it's quite it's a bit of a burn zone as well, so I'm glad we did it at the end of the day, where it's still quite hot. Like I was sweating quite a lot just for, even though I was going downhill. So yes, quite exposed, but it's nice down at the bottom with the river. It's very green again, which is lovely. And yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, where the fun parts of the alternate begin. There's apparently loads of waterfalls and swim spots along the way. It's about I think 9-10 miles before we get to Cascade Lock. So yeah, really looking forward to that start to the day, first half of it. So yeah, I will see you there.